Yeah, I've just been to the session entitled Business Value of Meetings. This session was all about the business value of meetings, so this was really trying to get under the skin of the value that meetings have to business. And the story started a couple of years ago, back in 2008, mainly in the United States, where there was criticism about businesses perhaps having meetings that weren't totally valid, or indeed perhaps were a waste of money to some extent. And back then, some big US corporations were receiving government funding to help them going, and there they were having meetings in very nice hotels, and they were getting criticised for perhaps wasting taxpayers' money. And what this session was all about was actually the industry at the time was unprepared for this level of criticism. And since then the industry has worked very hard to articulate to the outside world that actually the meetings that businesses have contribute greatly to the GDP of many nations, and also help to foster extra sales. They might be to do with product launches, they might be to do with changing behaviour for people through team building, whatever it was. This session was really trying to give the audience an idea of the value of meetings to our economy. Our speaker from MPI, a gentleman called Didier Scallet, was really articulating more in depth about how companies now self-assess some of their own meetings. Clearly there may be meetings for many different sorts of reasons. Corporates have lots of different meetings going on, and over the last few years there's been a lot more internal discussion about what those meetings mean and what benefits they bring to the corporation. And so now there is a much more robust way of critically assessing the value that meeting is having, not only for the staff, but perhaps in increased sales, in changing behaviours, and so on and so forth. So if the question comes back again from government about the value of any meeting that is taking place, the industry is in a much better place to articulate that response. So much better in looking at return on investment, or looking at the objectives of any meeting, what the outcomes were, what the changes have been, and what those meetings might be in the future.